Govberg, and welcome to the world of Baume and Mercier. Today, I'll be your guide to the proper usage, care, and maintenance of your Baume and Mercier Classima Chronograph 10330. Now, it's important to note that though this is an automatic winding watch, nevertheless it can be manually wound if it should run down. Simply take the crown in the first position flush to the case and turn it 20 to 30 turns in a clockwise direction. Now, the watch has a constant seconds hand, separate from the chronograph. When you see it start to advance at 9 o'clock, that means the balance of the watch is beating, the watch is running. From this point, the winding rotor, using the kinetic energy of the wrist, will continue to advance the mainspring barrel and wind the watch. But should you wish to wind the watch to its maximum rated power reserve of 48 hours, simply continue turning the crown. Due to the bridle style mainspring, which slips to relieve excess strain, the watch cannot be accidentally overwound. Just listen for the subtle click of the slipping bridle style mainspring and you'll know the watch is fully wound. Now there are two other functions that allow for more precise time setting. You'll note the advance of constant seconds at 9 o'clock, and then I engage the stop seconds or hacking function. Now, when you stop the seconds, you'll note that the hand stops, the balance is no longer beating. You can synchronize the watch precisely to a reference time. The best way to do this is to wait for the hand to reach the top of its register and then pull the crown and halt it at 0 effectively. Then advance the minutes hand to the next nearest minute once you've selected the hour and wait for your reference time to catch up. When the reference time catches up to the second, simply push the crown back in, the balance continues to beat, seconds advance, now your watch is synchronized. There's also an intermediate position between winding and stop seconds, and this position is your quick set. In this mode, you can rapidly cycle the date should it run down or to correct for an irregular length month. But take heed, between 8 p.m. and 3 a.m., the watch is automatically engaged in the changeover of the date, and attempting to use the quickset during that period can severely damage the movement. So always refrain from use of the quickset between 8 p.m. and 3 a.m. This watch is also a chronograph. The chronograph allows you to time hours, minutes, and seconds. Minutes on the register at 12, hours on the register at 6. Seconds are recorded by the polished and counterweighted seconds hand at the center of the dial. You start the chronograph by pressing the pusher at 2 o'clock, and you stop it the same way. You reset using the pusher at 4 o'clock. Start, stop, reset, always in that order. Never reset while the chronograph is still running. Just like using the quick set during the changeover, that can damage the movement, so always stop and then reset with your chronograph. Now, the number one threat to fine watches is water. Water, it should be noted, is never compatible with leather. So while the watch is water resistant to 5 ATM or 50 meters, leather is never water resistant. A porous natural material, it should be removed for a textile strap or rubber before taking the watch into contact with moisture. Moreover, the crown must be secure in its position flush to the case for the watch to attain its full rated factory water resistance. Don't pull the crown out for setting, don't turn it for winding, and do not use any of the chronograph functions while the watch is submerged or while there is water on the case. The chronograph can be running if the watch is wet, but do not start, stop, or reset it until the watch is completely dry, as use of any crown or pusher functions when the case is wet can bypass the seals and introduce water to the interior of the watch, to catastrophic and expensive consequences. Finally, unlike physical dimensions or mechanical specifications, water resistance of a watch is not a permanent feature. With time, seals age, lubricants dry out. Therefore, Baume and Mercier recommends every 12 months, minimally, taking the watch to an authorized Baume and Mercier service center where equipment can be used to ensure that the watch still attains its rated water resistance. This is also a good time to have the physical condition and chronometric performance evaluated to determine the need for a complete service. Now, other threats to your watch include magnetism and shock. At the center of the beating balance of your watch, effectively its heart, is a ferrous hairspring that can be magnetized. Magnets are surprisingly common in daily life. The closures of wallets, of purses, of refrigerator doors, high-powered wiring looms in the home and office, speakers and subwoofers, all of these can magnetize the hairspring in close proximity and of course keep the watch remote from MRI equipment. Now, should the watch begin running erratically and you suspect it may have become magnetized, take it to an authorized Baume and Mercier service service center where specialized equipment is available to quickly and easily demagnetize the watch. But whereas magnetism can quickly be remediated using equipment on the spot, shock damage to a watch tends to be more permanent. Therefore, Baume and Mercier recommends the watch not be worn during tennis, golf, batting, firearms marksmanship, ATV use, or mountain biking, as all of these concussive activities can damage the delicate components of a mechanical movement. Finally, every 3 to 5 years, Baume and Mercier recommends a comprehensive service for mechanical timepieces. This includes everything from restoration of water resistance to restoration of case finish to cleaning, oiling, and regulation of the movement, effectively a full tune-up. Service exclusively with authorized service centers, as these agencies solely have access to the trained personnel, specialized equipment, and original factory replacement parts to maintain the value of your watch as both an investment and as an instrument. Finally, only these agencies can back all work and parts invested with a Baume and Mercier factory service warranty. Call, text, or email our experts at govbergwatches.com and they'll be happy to lead you through the use and care of this or any Baume and Mercier timepiece.